Bonjour tout le monde. Aujourd'hui, nous allons étudier les verbes savoir et connaître. We are using the slides that have been provided with the Espaces textbook. Espaces is written by Michke and Tano and is published by Vista Higher Learning. And we're very lucky to be able to use these slides and adapt them. Today we're learning about the two verbs savoir and connaître. We translate both of these verbs as to know in English, but in French, as in other Romance languages, and indeed other Germanic languages, there are different verbs to say to know. Savoir and connaître both mean to know, and the one you're going to use is going to depend on the context. So, prononcez après moi, and keep in mind, you might always be tested on the pronunciation of these verbs, so please practice pronouncing with me. Please feel free to hit pause and resume as necessary. Savoir. Je sais. Tu sais. Il sait. Nous savons. Vous savez. Elles savent. You use the verb savoir to say that you know factual information. For example, je sais tout sur lui. Vous savez qui est venu hier? Je sais qu'il est en retard. I know he's late. Je sais qu'il y a un problème. Elle n'est jamais en retard. I know there's a problem. She's never late. When you're talking about facts, the verb savoir may often be followed by que, qui, où, quand, comment, or pourquoi. Now, these are simply question words that are soliciting more information than a simple yes or no. Nous savons que tu arrives mardi. Je sais où je vais. Ils savent comment aller à la gare. Tu sais qui a fait la lessive? Please, I recommend once again that you pause frequently throughout this slide presentation. I'm not pausing in order to keep the file size smaller so it's easier for you to download. Please pause frequently. You use the verb savoir to say how to do something. Il sait jouer du piano. Je sais jouer au tennis. Savez-vous faire la cuisine? Ils savent parler espagnol. So let's just study this. How do we use the verb savoir to say how to do something? Well, there's an easy formula. You use savoir, conjugated, plus the infinitive. For example, je sais nager. Nous savons faire les crêpes. Vous savez créer un iMovie. Ils savent réparer une voiture. Now you try some for yourself. Go back to the previous slide, if necessary. If you're unsure, you might need to use a glossary in the back of the textbook, Espaces, to look for verbs or other vocab that you don't know. These exercises are due written out at the start of next class. Please push pause and begin. The past participle of the verb savoir is su. Repeat after me, su. When used in the passé composé, savoir takes a slightly different meaning. Je savais qu'il allait venir. Here we're using in the imparfait. I knew he was coming. But if we turn it into the passé composé, we get j'ai su qu'il allait venir. I found out that he was coming, or I discovered that he was coming. Nous savions qu'il y avait une fête. We knew that there was a party. Nous avons su qu'il y avait une fête. We discovered that there was a party, or we found out that there was a party. So for homework, number 7, can you sum up in your own words how the meaning changes? The answer is due as homework at the start of next class. Let's move on to the verb connaître. Répétez après moi. Connaître. Connaître. Je connais. Tu connais. Il connaît. Nous connaissons. Vous connaissez. Elles connaissent. You use the verb connaître to say that you know, have a knowledge of, or are familiar with people. Par exemple, mes parents ne connaissent pas mon prof de maths. Tu connais la fille qui vend l'appartement? Tu connais la fille qui vend l'appartement? Je connais Paris, mais je ne connais pas bien New York. Je ne connais pas West Palm Beach, mais je connais bien Miami. That would mean I don't know West Palm Beach well, but I know Miami. We often use connaître with names of cities. So you use the verb connaître to say that you know, you have a knowledge of, or are familiar with places or things. Sébastien connaît ce quartier de Rome. Je ne connais pas bien la cuisine marocaine. The past participle of connaître is connu. When used in the passé composé, connaître has a special connotation. It means met for the very first time. Lucas a connu Élodie à la fac. But Lucas connaissait Élodie à la fac. Well, he knew her back at the university, as opposed to he met her. Il a connu Élodie à la fac. Reconnaître means to recognize. It follows the same conjugation pattern as connaître. Mes profs de lycée me reconnaissent encore. Nous avons reconnu vos enfants à la soirée. Whether it's in the imparfait or the passé composé does not change the meaning of connaître. Maintenant, essayez. Complétez les phrases avec les formes correctes des verbes savoir et connaître. Please write out the whole entire sentence. Answers are due at the start of next class. Merci beaucoup et à bientôt.